Well, hello, my name is Christopher Scott. Thanks for joining me for another 5-minute introduction to a book of the Bible. Today we're going to go through the book of Jeremiah. I'm going to give you a little feel for this long prophecy. So the book of Jeremiah was written by the prophet Jeremiah. At least those are who the prophecies are spoken through. So as a prophecy, a book of prophecy, these are words from God delivered to a prophet, and then the prophet delivers them. And Jeremiah doesn't necessarily write these prophecies down, but he has a scribe named Baruch who likely writes them down, right? So that's how the book at least is formatted a little bit and how it ended up in print. Now, the book was written likely between 626 BC and 562 BC. So 622 BC to 626 BC to 562 BC. And the book is likely written towards the end of that time period, but records events between those dates, right? 626 BC to 562 BC. And I think I'm getting a little confused with all the 2s in there and the 6s, but that's okay. I get a little dyslexia going on. So it's important to share those dates because Jeremiah is one of the few prophets in the Old Testament that shares prophecies about the fall of Judah. And then he sees those prophecies happen, and then he has to live through the results of the prophecies, right? So Jeremiah pretty much is sent by God to talk to the nation of Judah and tell them that they are living badly and falsely and evil, and that they need to turn from their sinful ways. Otherwise, God is going to judge them, have them be conquered, and have them sent away as captives to another foreign nation. And the people of Judah do not listen. They do not turn from their ways. So in 605 BC, 597 BC, and 586, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon comes with his generals and troops, and he conquers the nation of Judah. And they have to come 3 separate times because even though Babylon conquers Judah in 605, the people of Judah still don't obey or do what Babylon has said, even though they have conquered them. So they come back in 597, conquer Judah again, and then they come in 586 and totally, absolutely decimate the city of Jerusalem and the Holy Temple, and they take a bunch of people back to Babylon, and that's the book of Daniel that we get, right? Daniel is one of those captives taken back to Babylon, okay? And so that's the context when we talk about 626 BC to 562 BC. It's important because that is when Babylon comes and conquers Judah in 605, 597, and 586 BC. And sadly, Jeremiah has to live through all that, right? He gives the prophecies, he sees them happen, and then he lives through the city during the rubble afterwards, right? So the book of Jeremiah is about pretty much the end of the nation of Judah and how the people get taken away to a foreign land. I like to outline the book with 4 main sections. There's different outlines that people have done for the book of Jeremiah. It's a really big book, 52 chapters, so it's a little hard to outline, especially because it doesn't always follow chronologically, right? It kind of overlaps sometimes and goes back and tells history. So the first 25 chapters pretty much are prophecies about Judah, predicting what will happen if they don't obey. Then the next section, the second sections, are prophecies at the end of Judah's existence, right? So they're pretty much right up to the end. And then chapters 26 to 42 are prophecies about their end, at the end. They're right about to be conquered. And then the third section are prophecies about other nations, right? So chapters, 26 through 51, God kind of turns his face towards all the foreign nations and starts giving these prophecies to Jeremiah about these other nations beside Judah. That's chapters 26 through 51. And then chapter 52 kind of goes back in time and retells the final fall of Jerusalem the third time in 586. So that's a feel for the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah is often known as the weeping prophet, and I'm sure you probably know why by now after going through this. So if you ever wanted to do a Bible study through the book of Jeremiah, I highly recommend the Warren Wiersbe Bible Study Series. This one is Taking a Stand for the Truth, the book of Jeremiah. It's 9 lessons that you can cover with the small groups. You can cover it in 2.5 months roughly. And I really like the Word and Rearsby Bible Study series because they come with a commentary. This commentary is called Be Decisive, a commentary on the book of Jeremiah that the facilitator can use and read in order to help guide and facilitate a discussion. So I'm going to put links to these two books in the information below. They are affiliate links, so if you buy a couple of books on Amazon or other stuff on Amazon, I do get a small commission if you purchase them through those links. So I hope this was a helpful video for you, a brief 5-minute introduction to the book of Jeremiah. If you have any questions or thoughts or comments, would love to hear from you in the information below, in the comments below. Thanks again, and hope to catch you again in another video.